Who got the power? Yes, yes. If you're hearing this message right now, then more than likely you're watching the replay for the replay folks. But for those people that are here in the live, in the now, I say this that this live stream, as always, may or may not be for you. But consider this the media, fourth branch of government. Question mark. Yes, Mel is going into conspiracy theorist zone. Thank you for the first person that came through. This is a conversation. The genesis of this conversation started on Rebel State Sovereign's live stream a couple of nights back. I think it was a week or so back, whatever it is. And we were talking. I would talk, having our conversation, and he said something about how the fourth branch of government is the media. So I mean, that's just one of those things out there. I mean, I'm not trying to be conspiracy theorist, but I'm exploring the option. And before I get into that, there's three branches of government, in the United States. We can get into that. I don't mind talking about that right quick. Talking about what those three branches of government are. There's three branches of government in the federal United States of America. What's up, Art? Appreciate you. Our federal government has three parts: the executive, president, and about 5 million other workers: legislative, Senate, state, House of Representatives, and judicial, Supreme Court, and lower courts. The President of the United States administers the executive branch of our government. The President enforces the laws that legislate branch Congress makes. The President is elected by the United States citizens 18 years of age and older who vote in the presidential elections in their states. These votes are tallied by states from the Electoral College system. States have the number of electoral college votes, which equal the number of senators and representatives they have. It is possible to have most popular votes throughout the nation and not win the electoral vote of the Electoral College. This is something that Hillary Clinton found out not too long ago. The legislative part of our government is called the Congress. Congress makes our laws. Congress is divided into two parts. One part is called the Senate. There are 100 senators, two from each of our states. Another part is called the House of Representatives. Representatives meet together to discuss ideas and decide if the bills should become laws. There are 435 representatives. The number of representatives each state gets is determined by its population. Some states have just two representatives, other states have as many as 40. Both senators and representatives are elected by the eligible votes in their state. There's a reason I'm saying all this. The judicial part of our federal government includes the Supreme Court and 9 justices. They are special judges who interpret laws according to the Constitution. These justices only hear cases that pertain to issues related to the Constitution. They are the highest court in our country. The federal judicial system also has lower courts located in each state to hear cases involving the federal issues. All three parts of our federal government have their main headquarters in the city of Washington, D.C. Now, here's the reason why I take the time to go through all that as I sip mm, my tea. I take the time to go through all that to say this. When you look at when you look at the media, as some people would say, why they would call it a branch of the government is because you do have a White House press secretary. You do have a press corps, which is notified by the president. All branches of government have a base in Washington, D.C., and then there are, newspapers and news organizations that, have their base, in Washington, D.C. Some would argue, that is just to report, to the people, what's going on in the branch of government. Other people, believe that, hey, it's a way of, the government. Yes, this is the late shift. Yes. I forgot to say that. Welcome to the late shift with Mel Mel. Appreciate it. Um, thank you, Sherry K, for coming through. There are people who think that, the government uses the media, be it through newspaper, be it through television, be it through social media to, control or, govern the masses and stuff like that, because also too, the narrative comes out of, what are the political, leanings of the day, what's the things that, we want the people to know about. So some people do argue and suggest that is another way to control the people or govern the people or influence the people, through, governmental means. And somebody brought it to my attention. Like I said, Rebel State Sovereign started it, and I dismissed it. And I said, nah, that's not the case. It couldn't be. I mean, there's no way that, the media is the fourth branch of the government. Maybe it's the people, as it said. And I didn't want to just dismiss it because a coworker was saying something to me about that as well. And I was like, wow, um, who knows? I mean, I can't totally dismiss it. I can't prove it. I can't say it is, but I can't say it's so far fetched that it's not. I mean, it's a possibility that, hey, um, maybe there are some folks in government who, I guess, work for the media and vice versa. Maybe they're one and the same. I really don't know. Especially when you have a dedicated media setup. I forget which president. I don't know if it was Teddy Roosevelt that first started the press corps and a White House press secretary. I don't know my presidential history as much as I should, but it causes one to wonder. Because like we talked about social media and how it's like a government part of the government as well. It's a government organization, and some people saying you're being tracked and you're being watched and all this other stuff, which folks can't prove. And I get it. Somebody has to govern and oversee all these different things that we have online. You can't just let people run reckless. The fourth branch is my cartoon president. Wow. I'm not getting involved in that one, Sherry K. But you know, um, yeah, there are three branches of government. Saying the executive, the Congress, House of Representatives, and then the judicial side of it. But some people say that the fourth part, isn't the people; it's the media. And the way social media goes and what we see on the timelines and the feeds, and how political banter dominates, people's timelines or people's, I guess news feeds online. It causes you to wonder, with the fact that you are watched and surveilled all the time on social media, whether you want to believe it or not. You wonder. And I asked the question, is the media the fourth branch of government? I don't know if anybody wants to answer that question, and anybody in the chat. I don't know if anybody wants to explore that. And I understand that folks don't want to get involved in this conversation. It's fine. It's cool. It's just something I wanted to, to talk about and just bring about here on the late shift. I mean, it's possible that, that's the furthest thing from the case. It's maybe I'm just talking. Maybe it's conspiracy theory. How much of it is conspiracy theory? How much of it is true? Rebel State Sovereign had me thinking about it. You wonder because there's so much of a tight grip of the government on media. Some people say fake news, but how much of it is fake? I don't want to just down the media. Is different from a time, when the older generations were there, when the Walter Cronkite, generation and the Edward R. Murrows of the worlds, when they were around, it was different. People were more informed. You know, what do you call it? I forget the name of it. I forget the name of it. You had stuff like, the Watergate scandals. What is it? The not the Vietnam Papers. I forget the name of it. It's so many different, news stories that broke different things that affected and impacted society. So now I think things are probably more controlled. You don't see as many, things let out there, as, scoops as far as, checks and balances from the media against our government. I believe it's all run by the government and what they say they want us to know. Well, in other countries, people say that there's, it's run by, the government is run by the no, the media. The media is run by the government. If you look at places like North Korea, where, basically it's state run, state owned, television and stuff like that. I mean, I would make the argument to play devil's advocate that maybe the freedoms are not what they once were, but it's not solely controlled by the government. The government doesn't stop everything from coming out. I mean, of course, you can't threaten the president or do anything stupid, like go after, political officials, which I don't encourage anybody to do, but it begs to wonder, like I said, what is the role of the media? What purpose do they serve, nowadays? There's no freedom of press no more. Well, some people make that argument, Sherry K, that there is no more freedom of the press. That there is no more, telling it like it is, or the checks and balances as far as the system of how people are informed, how people have conversations, and question, argue, and explore, and really get real answers to things. It's a wonder. It's a wonder. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to you. I'm not gonna say, it's not something that you don't think about. Say, hey, is this more to it? Is this something else going on? Thank you for the two people that are still here for me. I know this is not a conversation for everybody, and it is Friday night. So, I mean, I do appreciate people for being here on a Friday night because, you know, like I said, it's Friday night. You should be out there partying or doing your thing or whatever the case may be. Don't worry. You have the papers tomorrow or you have your news feed on Facebook or Instagram, Twitter, so, but it begs to differ. What is the role of the media nowadays? Is it truly to inform the people? Is it to, lead and push the narrative? That's something that's safe and friendly and whatnot. I mean, is it still such thing as confidential sources? And, are people really being served properly by the media? You know, I mean, I don't know. It just makes the question, is there a such thing as real fake news out there? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend to have all the answers, but it's what it is. I have to work it though tomorrow. No time to party. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel you, Sherry K. I thank you for being here now, though. There's nothing wrong with that. Um, but you're the boss. When you have to work a double tomorrow, you're the boss. You own well, yeah, you own your business. You got to do what you got to do. But I can relate definitely. I used to be a business owner myself, but I didn't own a restaurant or anything like that. That's another story for another time, though. Yeah, but just back to the media and how things go. It's just interesting as far as that goes. I'm also a chef at a restaurant. Okay, you're the boss, you're the chef, you run it. Okay, got you. So you got a whole lot of stuff going on. Are you a celebrity chef? I mean, if you're a celebrity chef, that's what's up too. But I don't know. I don't know. It's crazy. As it goes down. It just I don't know. I keep saying I don't know because you look at it and you want to believe that maybe there is a separation, of course, and I hope there's no state-run, television, where there's the propaganda and stuff like that coming from the papers. If anything, I would say now it's a war between the government and the media, or at least the Trump administration and the media. So, I just have that question out there, and I wonder what you folks out there think. Do you feel like the media is, the fourth branch of government? Do you feel like it's not. Do you think like it's serving the people as it should be? I mean, how do you feel about that? It's Friday night, so I don't expect a whole bunch of people in the chat, and I'm surprised at how quickly, you know, um, the time is moving though. But yeah, I just look at it in ways that I guess media is portrayed. Maybe sometimes media is portrayed unfairly. Um, what's going on? Sis Dad just left Wacky. Okay, cool. Wacky's doing his thing. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just having a chill kickback live stream right now. I'm just wanting to know what people think. You think it's the fourth branch? Well, Sherry Kate, why do you think it's the fourth branch of government? I would like to know. That's just a question I pose to you out there, you folks out there. Like, if media is the fourth branch of government, first, I would like to know your thoughts on that. Like, why? Why would you think it's the fourth branch of government? You know, um, what are some ways to, I guess, to move around that or combat that or whatever, if it even makes sense. Like I said, I don't want to think that there's state-run television or state-run propaganda, on, like I guess American airwaves. You want to believe that the press is open and free, and information is accurate. And, it's not just people trying to scoop each other for a story or something like that. You want to believe that it's more to it than just hey, the headlines or who gets likes or who gets hits or can you get a sound bite in a generation of can you get the gotcha moments or the whole Robert Mueller investigation or the Russian probe and whatnot. Like did they really meddle, and then they meddled, and then you got them, and then you wondering how did they do it, and they're not putting out there, and then it's kind of crazy. Only one word comes to mind: bias. Well, says that, yeah, there's a bias, but which way does the bias go? I mean, you talk about biased media. Mm, definitely, we have more of a biased media nowadays. Pick a news station: Fox News, CNN, MSNBC. You know, pick one. I mean, some people try to remain neutral. I mean, you got PBS, but how deeply do they get into anything? So it's kind of crazy like that. I, I look at it, I say, what is the future of it all? What is the future of media? What is the future of, I don't know, this country as it pertains to, how media shapes and guides us and leads us? Is it really a part of the government? I don't know. I mean, I think it's directly associated. I think there's links, there's ties to it. There's regulations and oversight that come from it. I mean, as a media personality or a media news reporter and stuff like that, you can't just say whatever you want. Well, I could bring up a lot of controversy by the media that I could bring up, but it would take you out of your convo. Well, listen, no, Sherry K, bring it up, bring it up. I'm not worried about that. Take me out of my conversation. I'm going on tangents as many times. Believe me, we just having a conversation right here, right now, and I'm really trying to get input and insight from you folks in the chat. So believe me, depending on the source, they all are to some extent, at least not like the a book 1984. Oh, George Orwell, yeah, Big Brother is watching. Well, Big Brother's everywhere. Please, Big Brother is everywhere. Oh man. I was tonight. I knew I was getting on the bus, and I saw, four undercover detectives in the car and stuff like that, and it was so obvious or whatever. I mean, somebody's always watching. There's cops, there's cameras, there's surveillance of all types. It is what it is. I guess I tell anybody just to make sure you're on your P's and Q's. You're not out there doing anything stupid or putting yourself in a compromising situation. But you know, okay, 911, Fox News and CNN put out footage of times in your head. Boy, you got about to play. That's interesting. I never thought of that. I never thought of that, Sherry K. So what are you saying? Are you saying if they put out news, put out footage before it happened, or before it got hit by the plane? Um, I never thought about that. But I still don't know what you're alluding to. You have to give more context to that, Sherry K. Definitely, you got to give more context to that because a lot of people could have found out about things and put the news out there about what was going on and whatnot. I mean, some people could say you got your conspiracy theorists and whatnot. Your Michael Moores of the world and stuff like that. There's always a conspiracy theory. This could be a conspiracy theory as to whether or not the government is a part of you know, um, I mean, the media is a part of the government. It's also about what they choose to ignore as well. Wow, that's a good point, Size. Um, that is definitely a good point. I mean, I remember an old movie. I don't know if anybody's seen it by Gore Vidal, and it had Henry Fonda in it, and he was running for president, and he was going up against a Democratic nominee. So basically, they were going through the primaries, and they were going to talk to each other in the hotel room before they went out for their primaries or their campaign. And one of the things that he was saying is they were trying to get an endorsement from the incumbent president in the movie. And I remember what Henry Fonda's character was saying to his wife after he spoke to the incumbent presidential candidate, the fictional one in the movie. And he was saying, he said, I've learned enough to know about politics. It's not what you say, it's what you don't say. So I definitely relate to that, sis. Dad. It's kind of crazy you say that. Let me see what a shirt case saying. I think the government gave them fake footage to put up, and they messed it up. And they messed it up. The government was behind. It was a demolition for sure. Um, that's a controversial statement that you made, Sherry K. That's a very controversial statement. The only problem with that, I saw that live. I saw that live. I I saw that live. I mean, I don't no. I mean, if it was then that was a heck of a job. That was a heck of a job. That was a hell of a smokescreen. But I saw it live, so Unless what I was seeing in real time was deceiving me, I find that a hard pressed theory to prove. If you prove that, you'll be rich and famous, you'll be vilified for it, but you'll be rich and famous as well. That's a dangerous that's a dangerous thing to try to prove. But if you can, like I said, you'll be forever known. Forever known. Demolition is live, but it's a demo job. Yeah, this is true. This is true. But what I saw, it was rough. It was rough. It was rough. But I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I just know what I saw. And if what I was seeing wasn't the real thing, then God help me. I mean, I guess we question a lot of things, always, or, argue, explore, find out what's going on, But I do ask this question. And like I said, I know this conversation is not for everybody. And there's some people who are watching, or some people who, hearing this, and they, probably not even from the United States. But I say for the media of any country. Do I have Twitter? I used to have Twitter. I'm not on Twitter anymore, but I think I got an account somewhere, but I don't use it. Good example, Gore Vidal was ostracized by his contemporaries. Yes, he was. Yes, Gore Vidal was. But I remember the movie because the name of the movie is called The Best Man. For anybody that wants to know by Gore Vidal. How am I? I am good. I'm good. I'm just here on the late shift doing what I do. Trying to make it happen. This time is moving by fast. I didn't expect it to move by this fast. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but I'm just curious as to what people say. Thank you for like number two. Appreciate you folks for coming through. But back to the news. Why would they show fake footage before it happened? I don't know. I mean, it could have been on a tape delay. Like I said, I don't know if they show fake footage or whatever. I have to go back to the footage of it and see it myself. I mean, I guess it was so much going on. I was watching it on CNN. So, you said Fox, and who else showed it? You said Fox, and who else showed it? I don't remember exactly who you said, but you said Fox and CNN. So I did see it on CNN. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, Sherry K. I really don't know about that situation about whether or not they show fake footage, because what would happen at the time, I was watching the footage of it, and I was watching it as the plane was hitting the building. So when I saw it, I'm looking at it like, wow, okay, I'm watching it in real time. So when you see it happening, it's like if that's a demolition, man, if that's a demolition, somebody has some explaining to do. That's the way you're gonna do a demolition. I mean, was there a cover up in there? Some people say yes. I mean, did the media, push it out and, gut wrench it and get everything out of it that they probably could, probably so, Um, I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of conspiracies when it comes to the media, when it comes to government, when it comes to, what's real and what's not real. People are still debating the moon landing and who shot Kennedy and stuff like that. So, and, what's going on with Area 51, Roswell, where's Bigfoot? So, Building 9. Oh, man. Like I said, that's one of the reasons I kind of hesitated to talk about this, because this does go into the realm of conspiracy theory, type stuff. So I try to, not go too deep there, but I talk about any and everything. It is, but that's why I think the news is run by the government. Well, that's well, hey, no, I did ask you to say that. So you're saying because of those type of things that have happened, events like 9/11 in the news and different stuff that's going on, that you feel like that's why it's run by the government. I mean, if it is, it's not as bad as North Korea. It's really not. It's not as bad as China. You got some totalitarian communist nations out there still, or even Cuba. You can't say too much or do too much out in Cuba without the government knowing about it. So in certain countries, certain places, the media is actually a fixture of government with their state-run television. And anything that may look bad, they don't let come out. If it wasn't for a revolution back then, we wouldn't have K-pop, Korean music and whatnot. It's a wonder we got that. So we got Gangnam Style. So it's a wonder we got that. But for the most part, there's concentrated efforts in other countries and whatnot. There's an effectiveness to being able to control the masses, through the media, by government and whatnot, especially in popular culture and stuff like that. I've heard people, you know, who work for certain folks say that is, the culture is probably one of the most effective tools. So being able to portray that through the media, being able to show, what's what and shape the narrative, through the media, through the newspapers, through, the television, through, the online feed, it is effective. It is a possibility. It is something that can definitely influence, a large group of people. I mean, I've seen children walking around with, Make America Great t-shirts on. So, you know, there's something to the media component of it that does resonate with people, you know. Have you seen my cartoon president? It's hilarious. Man, you would get a kick out. I would like to see a cartoon president. Yeah. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, no, I've heard of it. I've heard of it. I've heard of it. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about the show. I have not seen it though. But uh, excuse me. Excuse me. Hey, it's definitely a possibility. That these things are going on. Mm. Oh, sorry. I just had to get that going. Thank you for the three people that are Thank you, for the three people that are still here. I appreciate you folks having this conversation with me. And shout out to, all the other people out there doing their thing and whatnot on this Friday night. I know that this conversation is not for everybody. I was three, now I'm down to two. Thank you, though. I don't know. Like I said, I keep saying I don't know. Like I said, I just thought this would be a conversation that would be interesting to have and whatnot, or just a question that's interesting to pose because, you know, maybe a lot of people want to talk about it, maybe a lot of people don't, and I find that, to be what it is, be it as it may. It is a Friday night, and on a Friday night you get what you can. You should do a stream on conspiracies on 9/11. Hmm. I don't even know where to start with that, Sherry K. I seen it live, like I said. Um, I mean, who knows? I have to look at what conspiracies would be the most interesting to actually explore because there's many conspiracies on 9/11. Some people say that you know it was definitely a cover up. And I don't know, so I don't pretend to know. Just in case Big Brother is watching. I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend to know, but there are definitely big conspiracies out there as it pertains to 9/11, as it pertains to different things in the media. What's real, what's not real, and who are the sources, where are your sources, and you just have to independently research things for yourself. Even though you see stuff out there, regardless of whether or not the media is the fourth branch of government or isn't. It's still important to like the old Russian proverb goes, trust but verify. I mean, I remember one time, in American history time, way before my time, when somebody like Walter Cronkite was one of the most, trusted, people in America, and that was a newsman. Nowadays, who knows who the most trusted person is? Hey, Linda, and thank you for coming through. I did so. What's it got to do with it? But it's sure fun to try to figure out. Well, Sherry K, I don't know. It gets touchy when it comes to conspiracies about 9/11. That could get really touchy. I mean, would I try to figure it out? I don't know. I don't know. I just know there's a lot of conspiracies out there. Thank you, Lynn, for coming through to the conversation. Appreciate for having you here. Just posing the question out there whether or not the media is the fourth branch of government, or it's not. It's just a conversation I thought it would be interesting to have, or a question that'd be interesting to pose. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that, Lynn. But if you do, hey, I'd like you to share. If not, it's cool too, because I understand that this conversation is not for everybody, and sometimes a lot of people don't want to voice their opinion on situations as particular as this. So that's what that is. But hey, the media is there. It's not going anywhere. We do need to be informed whether people feel like it's from the government or not from the government. And I'm going from the conspiracy theorists' point of view or question of whether or not it is. I mean, to me personally, I say I don't know. I mean, as it pertains to the United States of America, I really don't know. I can't call it. I can't say whether or not it is or it isn't, but it's kind of odd that you do have, a press corps for the White House and you have a press secretary and you do have, that particular thing that goes on. You have special reporters that are handpicked, you know, by the government or handpicked by the president, depending on what's going on. And, things get staged and, folks are walking through the Rose Garden and there's an impromptu, what do you call it, press conference. That's interesting. I mean, these things happen. Who am I to say? Who am I to judge? So it goes down to that, like I said, but I'll give you this, Sherry K. It is interesting to see and try to, weed things out. Watch Kenny and Sanchez live. Talk about spirits. Wow, we beat that one to death before it ended. Part of my answer. Yeah. That was the first time in American history or in world history something like that was witnessed live. That's why it was probably such a shocker, and ever since then, drunken one, wow, drunken one. Yeah, it's just that, but I mean, ever since something like that happened, you've never seen a president ride around in a convertible top anymore. So, but so many things are witnessed live, I mean, it's kind of crazy out there. Yeah, he dating himself, says that, but it's okay. It's okay. We date ourselves from time to time when it comes to, just, different events, world events, like those events that say, where were you when this happened or where were you when that happened, I mean, we all could probably remember, certain events depending on, our age group, where we were when certain things happened, So, you know, that's that, you get more handsome every day. Yeah, I thank you, drunken one. And I agree with you. I do get more handsome by the day, and I keep trying, I keep pushing on. But welcome, drunken one, to the late shift with Mel Mel. What I'm talking about here is the media. Is it the fourth branch of government or is it still the people? The news gives me anxiety. Don't watch it much. Not really educated on the backside. Um, wow, wow, okay, okay. That's an interesting point of view. I can see what you're saying. So you're just saying, basically, it just doesn't do much for you. You're saying, you know, um, since it gives you an anxiety, what's the point? I mean, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you know, um, yeah, okay. Okay, well, I mean, I guess people watch the news for the weather. What's going on, Michael Skeen? Michael Skeen, I want to know, how do you feel about it? How do you feel about the media? Do you feel that the media is the fourth branch of government, or is it still the people? I mean, what role does the media play? Does it serve the people, or is it like Lynn Denton says? Is it just something that creates anxiety? And drunken one, I would like to know, what do you feel about the media? Do you feel that the media is the fourth branch of government, or is it the people? Do the people still matter? You know, and then Max King and the cat. Yeah, we're all in the house, and so is drunken one. I'm gonna take a sip of this tea to you. Mm. Michael Skeen says the media has a lot of controversy. Well, please elaborate on that, Michael Skeen. Why would you feel, the media has a lot of controversy? And Drunken One says a bunch of drama. Please tell me, elaborate. Somebody said that in a documentary. I was watching a documentary. I forget the documentary that I was watching. They said things went to the wayside with the media when people realized that they could start making money off of reporting the news, like different sponsorships and setting up fake news stories and stuff like that. There's a such thing as fake news stories or fake doctors' reports or ways to set things up. They play what sells. Yeah, just saying. I guess we were reading each other's mind at the same time. Yeah, that could be something that really does, hurt the credibility of the media. I wonder, is there any real credible sources of media out there? Is there any credible sources of media out there that you folks out there look to? Is there any channel? Is there any one person? Is there any one individual or group of people that you look to and say, you know what, if there's anybody I would listen to, it would be them. I'm talking about from a professional standpoint. I wonder about that. I don't know if there's anybody out there that's trusted for you. You know, I mean, no matter your country, no matter where you come from, I would like to know. Because I wonder, who are those people? Because we sometimes it goes for the people and sometimes not. Sometimes they exaggerate itself, blow it up. But what do you mean by exaggerate, Michael Skeen? You say sometimes they exaggerate, sometimes it's for the people, it's not for the people. I would like to know, ever get one of the Cub Scouts group earn 10K in a benefit? No, I did not. News can be like that telephone game. Oh my God, Lynn went there. Lynn went there. Uh-oh. Mr. Telephone Man, there's something wrong with my line. Oh man. Well, if people don't understand it, things that should be in the news, yeah, it should be. It should be like that drunken one, but a lot of times, folks don't. There you go, Lid. There you go. It's funny. Yeah, yeah. I forgot the rest of that. Let me not lie to you. Um, it's controversial because you don't know what to believe. Local events and such. Drunken One says, yeah, it should be local events and such, positive things and whatnot. It's like a soap opera. I can agree with you on that, Michael Skeen. So you're saying that, if I read Drunken Ones, he's saying you should be supporting local events and such stuff that matters, that people care about. And then, Michael Skeen is talking about how there's a lot of drama, and Drunken One talked about how you have things that sell. The media reports only things that sell. And some people will say, you got to remember it's still a business. So they're in the business of selling newspapers or online media subscriptions or trying to get people to be interested. So if I had to play devil's advocate for the media, you have to remember that at some point, if they're not getting people interested, if they're not keeping people, abreast of what's going on as far as popular culture is concerned, then you know, how will people get paid? If it was cleaned up the projects or such. Yeah, yeah, no, definitely, definitely. I get you on that drunken one. Social media outlets have put a big dent in the original three networks with the ability for anyone to shoot a video. This is true, says dad. Size dad, says dad. Sorry about that. I'm back and forth. This is true. Everything is Trump or advertisers or selling some schemes, selling a scheme or a selling scheme. Yes. In a lot of ways it can be. I mean, I think there's yeah, ways to make money. I agree with you on that, Michael Skeen. It's kind of crazy because you do have it like that, but I think you got to fight, and really, dig deeply, like, move through all the muck and the mire and find real stories and real stuff, real good news and whatnot. Maybe that speaks to the way people are, the drama, the negativity that people gravitate towards. It's probably easier to sell negativity than it is to sell the positive because people may not believe what's positive, what's right, what's upright, just what's kind, what's gentle. They may say, oh, if I get a feel good story, and they say, oh, this is a fluff piece. Let's get back to the murder, the violence, the crime. Stuff like that. Why you reporting this? This cat being saved out of the tree by the firefighter. Let's talk about the people that died in a 3 alarm fire. It's crazy like that. We all know Trump is this, that, and the third. Yeah, they need to let it go, Sherry K. I agree. But however, you got to remember it sells. When you talk about Trump, it sells. If I got on here and I talked about Trump for the next 30, 40 live streams, people would come, they would watch, looking for a story. The media always looks for the top story. Well, to make the argument for the media, it comes down to, hey, it's what people keep going back to. We should all have a kind heart, like you. Well, I don't know if I got the kindest of hearts, but thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not always as kind as I would like to be, but thank you, drunken one. But that doesn't sell. Well, I mean, I don't know, drunken one. The controversy sells, drama sells. The sex sells. That's part of it. The sex, the drugs, the rock and roll. If you have a scintillating, story, or if there's something about Me Too or a sex scandal, this is stuff that's gonna sell. People are gonna pay attention to it. If you find out it's another celebrity that was groping somebody or doing something negative, definitely there would be papers sold, there would be subscriptions, and there would be, news reports on it, whatever it may be. People just gravitate towards the negativity and whatnot. Music sells too. Thank you, Drunken One. I appreciate that. Yeah, music sells too, but you just look at the nature of what people are into and what people buy. So it's kind of like that. I mean, does the media drive the narrative, or do the people drive the narrative? Is the government driving the narrative? Is it all three? Well, we would be yesterday's news. He's too good to be. Well, listen, I don't know if I'm yesterday's news, Sherry K. And I don't know if I'm yesterday's news because I'm here right now with 6 dedicated people in the live stream. But I appreciate you. I'm not as nice as people would like to believe. Mm. Everybody, and anybody can have a dark side. you know. But anyway, let me stop playing. I'm here doing what I do. So, well, today's news. Yes, I appreciate that. Thank you, Michael Ski. But yeah, sometimes you just yeah. Oh, I'm your hero now. I appreciate it. Drunken One is my hero too. You know, we're each other's hero. You're my YouTube Avenger. Drunken One. Check out Drunken One on his channel, doing the things he do. He's not drunk in all his videos. Despite the title. Mm. Sometimes he's just drinking water. Let's just put it like that. Yeah, I am a legend. Thank you. I stay hydrated. Cape and all. No, no cape. People may get the wrong idea. I throw on a cape. I can't fly, and I ain't jumping over no buildings. But it's what it is. Mm. Like I said, it's all good. I don't know. Excuse me. It's just interesting to see when it comes to the media. Yeah, legends need to hydrate. You don't want to get dehydrated on a live stream. That was intelligent news, sure. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm grateful to all your kind words, your compliments, and stuff like that. But all you folks are intelligent and cool too. Mel, his superhero robe. That's funny. That's funny, Sherry K. Yeah, I'm gonna get you a superhero robe too. Oh, that's funny. My superhero robe. Hmm. Yeah, that's the first time I heard somebody say it like that. But yeah, it's cool though. It's cool. Um, I got as it comes to the media. I mean, it really depends on the people, I guess. And what they choose to consume. There is a 70K fire that is 100 miles away from me, and they are talking that it was awesome, but they say in the story that the fire marshal didn't confirm or deny it. Excuse me, they just said it's an investigation. Mm, well, wow. It seems like they need to get on that. I'm a hell of a guy, but I still can't win the lottery, walk, or water, or make babies. Wow. But you can adopt. The media consumes a lot. I don't know if I can make babies either, drunken one, but we'll see what happens. Um, wow, there's a 70K fire. Wow, a 70K fire that is 100 miles away. And they're talking that it was awesome, but they say in the story that the fire marshal didn't confirm or deny. Well, that's the news for you. That is definitely the news for you. Yeah, but no one wants to see good, intellectual, nice people in the news. That's all I was saying. Nothing bad at all. No, no, no. I get you, Sherry K. I mean, I think there's a place for it. People are starting to wake up and they want to see, real stuff. They want to see things that's just not all doom and gloom. They want to see things that are really, worthwhile, stuff that's worth reporting about. If something positive happens, report that. We don't have enough good stories in the media. We don't have enough, heartfelt situations where, you could look away and say, you know what, I still believe in humanity. I still can see, the value in reporting and, special interest stories and stuff like that. Things that are worth saying, because if you turn around, yeah, the Club Scout group, hey, stuff like that, your local charities or your local, you know, um, making 10K. Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a lot to report that's worth seeing. There's a lot to, say, but I guess it goes to the nature of, society and, no, I didn't hear of it. Nah, never hear of it. But it's kind of crazy though. But I tell you, if somebody got shot or if there was a racially charged issue or if it was something with sex or if it was a political scandal, yeah, no, it is a shame, drunken one. You would see, stuff plastered all over. I guarantee you, if another celebrity was to grow somebody or do something negative, that probably plastered all over the place. You probably wouldn't be able to escape it. Yeah, media over exaggerates things. They do, but because it sells. I would love to see a heartfelt story, but we all here, one in 1,000. Yeah, 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 yeah. Definitely, definitely. I mean, I would still like to see it out there though, because every time you turn on the news, it seems like there's just doom and gloom. Somebody shot, somebody stabbed, somebody raped, somebody, cheating somebody out of some money, or somebody doing something politically corrupt. It's kind of crazy. I mean, you look at the world and you say to yourself, it can't be all bad. I mean, it can't be all bad. Another good example of what they choose not to broadcast positivity. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, some people say there's no money in it. I mean, because really it's easy to sell your favorite sexy celebrity or something like that, or the latest, political scandal. It's easy. I challenge you folks out there, when you get up tomorrow morning or you get up the next day, Sunday morning, whatever it is, I challenge you to go look. You don't have to buy. Just look at the headlines of your favorite paper, your local paper, or your international papers in your area, and see what the headlines are. And see if you find anything that's good. See if you find anything that's uplifting, that's upbuilding. I challenge you. And if you find anything on the headlines that's uplifting, that's challenging, upbuilding, buy that paper, share that story. Put it out there, let people see it. If you see a good story, send it to me. I'll talk about a good story. You want to talk about something, Sherry K? I'll talk about a good story. Tell me something good. Tell me something worth talking about. Tell me something, that's positive. You know, let's talk about something good. Let's talk about something uplifting. Let's talk about somebody, being helped, somebody being saved, by, like I don't know, a kind stranger or something, somebody, I don't know, just overcoming cancer or something. I don't know. Give me anything. So something positive, something worthwhile, something not doom and gloom. Yes, 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 drunken one. I mean, let's hear about stuff that is really happening good to people. That's what I want to know. I want to know if there's anybody out there doing something positive, and how hard do you have to search for it? Like can can you find 10 stories out there, 20 stories, 40 stories? What's going on, Lulu? Appreciate you. Thank you for joining the late shift at this time. But we were just talking about the media and finding good stories. Not seeing stuff that's just doom and gloom. Because it's easy to find doom and gloom out there, But like I said, what's uplifting, what's upbuilding, I mean, what's the good news, To hey, hey, what's the good news? What's the good story? What's the thing that's gonna inspire us? What's the thing that's gonna make people smile? I mean, whatever it may be, it could be a friendly animal video. It could be, maybe, a family full of musical geniuses or something like that. Maybe, it's people getting over their differences or somebody overcoming a disease, an ailment, or the old folks' home being built to try to help the seniors. Who knows? Whatever it may be, I mean, people recovering from flood or whatever. Yeah, those are in Christian newspapers. Well, they shouldn't just be in Christian newspapers, drunken one. They should be in regular newspapers as well. I mean, it should be real, like, feel good stories and stuff like that in regular newspapers. You shouldn't have to fight hard through 10, 20 pages, just to try to find a good story. You shouldn't have to comb the internet like you were going through the Sahara Desert just to try to find water looking for a good story. You know what I mean? There should be stuff out there that you could see, that you could share. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be as popular as, the latest sex gossip or whatever, the latest story, but we all see the negativity. When you're being fed the negativity, when you're constantly being fed the nonsense, it's you get disenfranchised. It's easy to become jaded. You know what I'm saying? Cynical. Like really untoward towards society and stuff like that. It's easy to just be disengaged and dejected and whatnot. And again, thank you, Lulu, for being here. And yes, yes, it is Grim Reaper. You brought a tear to my eye. What about the government? Well, Mr. Grim Reaper, thank you for coming through. It's a pleasure and a privilege to see you here. About the government, what I've been asking the question for Grim Reaper is that I wanted to know: do you think the media is the fourth branch of government, or is it the people still? You know, what are your thoughts on that, Mr. Grim Reaper? I appreciate you for coming through, and I see you must have got your computer fixed. I've been walking all over 10 K paces for the last days. That's what's up. That's what's up. It seems to revolve around the almighty dollar. Yeah, it seems to revolve around that when it comes to, I guess the news, the media, stuff like that. Did you get uh, a Fitbit? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I need to get a Fitbit myself, or something like that, to try to see where I'm walking all the paces. Well, I see Drunken One did 10K. Did you drink something while you were doing that, Drunken One? Did you drink water? But that's what I was talking about, Grim Reaper. We're just talking about the government and whatnot. And my next sucks. Well, sorry to hear that, Lynn. My net is it's pretty decent, but I pay a little bit too much for it. I might have to downgrade on my net. Water only. Fine. That's cool. Cheryl, appreciate you. Much love to you. Water only. That's funny, drunken one. I'm waiting for the answer, Grim Reaper. I'm waiting for the answer. Inquiring minds want to know, how do you feel about the press corps? Mm. And I know you love the government, Grim Reaper. You know, and also too, um, how am I this Friday evening? Well, this Saturday morning, I'm doing pretty good. I'm almost to the hour. I'm almost to the end of the hour of this live stream. And the last 10 minutes, I think that's classified, brother. Wow. I got a classic Grim Reaper answer. It may be. It may be. In that case, Grim Reaper, that's classified. No further questions. I rest my case, Your Honor. I rest my case. Technicalities. Oh my God. Yes, yes. For people that know Grim Reaper and love Grim Reaper, we appreciate him for being here. Where was he? That's classified. But yeah. Good to see you in the chat. I appreciate you. I'm only gonna be live for about 9 more minutes, and then I'm gonna, do some things that'll probably classify myself. Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, you've been missed, Grim Reaper. You've been missed. And I appreciate you, brother. Definitely. Grim Reaper is my ugly brother. Oh my God. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. Oh my God. That's funny. That's funny. Drunken One. Drunken One has a sense of humor. We appreciate you, Drunken One. We definitely do. I appreciate each and every one of you in here. Um, yeah. Grim Reaper. For those that don't know, me and Grim Reaper, once upon a time, we were doing Keeping It Real Wednesdays. A couple of people miss it. We'll still keep it real one of these days. But definitely, I miss those. I miss those live streams. Man, I miss those live streams. I definitely do. Um, yeah. Awesome fella, Grim Reaper. The ladies go crazy over him. Sometimes I'm just a bodyguard on the live stream. I'm just there just in case things go left. But definitely shout out to you, Grim Reaper, and I appreciate you for coming through. Um, yeah. It's kind of crazy. Like I said, it's just yeah. I lost my train of thought. I'm just in a good place. That's gross. I don't know what kind of class that Deja, but we were watching. Yeah. Well, no comment, Grim Reaper. No comment. I didn't say what the classified things was. Like oh my God, no, the classified things. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, one of these days we got to catch up, Grim Reaper. We definitely got to catch up. Yeah, but don't worry. This is a family live stream. This is the purest live stream you will ever see. This is a PG-13. Yeah, now we all have missed you, Grim. We definitely have missed you, and I'm honored that you come through to my live stream just as much as everybody else do too. But we need to do a keeping it real live stream again. We need to keep it real again for the people. Especially in a world full of fake news. We should get back to keeping it real. I'm just sorting things out right now. Yeah, no. It's all good. It's all good. Listen, Grim, I haven't forgotten about you. You're definitely somebody I keep in touch with. You're definitely an awesome guy, and really down to earth, brother. That's why I keep in touch with you. And whenever you're ready to keep it real, if I'm around, then we really will keep it real. Because the people, they need to, you know, they need to see that. Not Cheryl. It's all good. The Grim goes with the vampire talking. That's funny. That's funny. Um, oh my God, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah, Cheryl. No, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, you got here late, but there's also the replay. It's all good. Grim came here late as well, but it's all good. We were just talking about media, basically, for those people that is coming in late. Whether or not you think it's wow, that's funny. It's not. No. It's something with the computer. It's something with the computer, Lynn. Oh my God, that's funny. But I'm still here, and I appreciate folks for you coming by. Like I said, this right now, I'm definitely also part of the replay gang. Yeah, that's funny, Reed. That's funny, Cheryl. Thank you. Shout out to the replay gang. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. Definitely, I do. I definitely do. Um, I don't know. I don't know. right now I'm just thinking. There's a lot of thoughts going through my head. Just grateful for you folks again. Like I said, these live streams, are made possible by you. Grim Reaper and Lynn are funny. You're funny. Oh man, you bring back a lot of memories coming through to the chat tonight, Grim Reaper. And Lulu, love you, appreciate you. A lot of awesome people out there. You know, um, yeah, a lot of awesome folks, man. Y'all just make this special. I wish I could express, just the energy, the love. I feel it. I feel it. I do. I do. It keeps me coming back each night. Some nights when I'm like, should I live stream? Should do these people want to hear what I have to say and whatnot? Is there anything that I have to them to say to them? And then, here we are once again. You know, um, here we are. You know, and right now I'm kind of stalling to get to, get to this hour. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I could say some more stuff about the media and stuff like that, but I'm just gonna keep it real with you. I'm just trying to make the hour. This is kind of me closing it up, wrapping it up, like closing up the shop and whatnot. Hoping that you folks have a great weekend and stuff like that. Just letting it be known and whatnot. It's not easy doing these hour live streams, but here we are. Oh, and I got something for you, Lynn. Since Lynn is here, I have something for you, Lynn. I have something just for you. Mm, that's so good. Mm, mm. Just for you, Lynn. Mm, oranges. It's been a while. It's been a while. Good orange though. Oh man. Uh, yeah. Well, I did a couple of live streams like that. They all wanted orange. Yeah. I eat oranges like a. Anyway. Mm. Yeah. Another story. Just for you, Lynn. Just for you. I had this here just in case. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Yes. Juicy fruit. Woo. Yeah. There you go. Interesting. I know. Yeah. Oranges are good for you. Um, yeah. No, I'm just laughing because Lynn knows why I'm laughing. Lynn knows. She knows why I'm laughing. But it's all good. Mm. Um, oh my God. That's funny. That's funny. No, it did not. I don't think, did it? It might have. Let me see if it squirted in. There's a little drop there, but it's all good. Mm. It is what it is. It is what it is, Cheryl. On this family live stream, I just ate some nice wholesome oranges in the most respectable way. Orange slices. Mm. But I'm doing this for the people. I'm doing it for you. We need Jesus. Yes, we do need Jesus. I know. I know. Mm. Mm. But Jesus made oranges. Remember that, Grim Reaper. Jesus made oranges. Mm. And I don't think he's mad at me eating them on the live stream. Amen. Stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oof. Oof. Uh yeah. You gotta get some oranges. You gotta get some oranges tomorrow. Cheryl, you got to. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. Oh my God. I only ate one of the oranges because I didn't want to. Oh man, fun on the inside jokes. Yeah. I'm just glad Dark Matter is not here. Oh my God, things would have got a little out of control. But it is what it is. Whew, it is what it is. Oh my God. Like I said, that was family wholesome fun right there. You know, I swear to you, I swear to you. Oh yeah, I was thinking about, and for anybody that wants to know, doing an inspirational swear live stream where I swear out of inspiration. Yeah, favorite words. Love fruit in the summer. They took it back to, took it back to wholesome. So well, no, sorry about that. Took it back, yeah, took it back to wholesome. Yeah, no, it is wholesome. This is wholesome fruit. This is wholesome fruit. That's this is what this was. And anyway, I keep it wholesome on my live streams. I keep it for the people. I keep it family friendly. I mean, like I said, me eating orange was family friendly. You know, I mean, yeah. Uh, that's funny. That's funny. Um, whew, yeah. I need a cigarette. Nah, no, I'm lying. I don't smoke. Um, yeah, but we do need Jesus, Grim Reaper. You know, kind of funny coming from the Grim Reaper. Tell us we need Jesus. Yeah. So with that being said, and folks watching me, eat oranges and make myself look crazy. So any fun plans for the weekend? Cheryl, I have no fun plans for the weekend. I mean, if you call work fun, then I'm gonna party like it's 1999. But for the most part, I'm just going out there to tear up these streets and make this money to pay these bills. And just walk these dogs so we could live. That's just really how it's gonna happen. That's really how it's gonna go down. And I hope you folks are good out there. Thank you for joining the conversation. You know, um, I hope you folks got plans. Maybe you got some plans, Cheryl, with Grim Reaper and Lynn, Sis Dad, and Lulu, and Sherry K. Anybody else that I'm forgetting. Folks lurking in the background, Green Bay Wacky, Cap 7, whoever may be there. Dark Matters, Road 805, Road Kings of the World, the Big Gazes, all those folks. I learned that, man. I had to work some more too. Well, as Cargo Sparrow would say, sorry, not sorry. I'm going to go night. It's closing. 1, 2, 3. Peace, Lynn. With that being said, it's time for me to go. Lynn Denton is letting me know it's time to go. So, as always, spread love is the Brooklyn way. And also, too, special thanks out there to Grim Reaper for coming through. Stay frosty, my friend. Stay frosty. I'll end it there. And I'll cut the light off for you. Grim Reaper showed up to the live stream. That's what I'm talking about. Good night, everybody.